So on Monday, Ford basically put up the build-in price option for the 2024 Mustang. And like I'm sure a lot of you did, instead of doing my work that day, I pretty much played around with that for hours, just seeing the different pricing for the regular dark horse versus the premium versus GT, and figuring out what we want to order. Because today we're actually on our way down to Parsons Interstate Ford down in Chambersburg to order our 2024 Mustang. And we've been waiting to do this since September, when we first got news that the new Mustang was out and all that kind of fun stuff. So today's the day we actually get to go down and order our car. Now, we're going to get a Mustang GT. You might be familiar with our Project Cheese Whiz we've had for years. That car's been in a ton of different videos. But that is a premium 401A 10-speed automatic. And our plan for our 24 is to get the same thing. We're going to order it in Vapor Blue. I think it's a cool looking color. We're going to do the 10-speed. We're going to try to add Brembos. But yeah, basically the same cars before. 401A digital, the higher end digital dash, all that kind of fun stuff. So the one thing that happens when these new cars come out all the time is there's always delayed availability on certain packages. When the Performance Pack first came out, that was delayed. The Performance Pack 2 was delayed. Yeah, sometimes some of those higher end performance options you want are delayed. So that's one of the reasons we're not getting a Performance Pack. It very well might be available off the bat, but we didn't have one in this car before, so we don't think it's that important to have it this time. We do want to add the Brembos. We're going to talk to the dealer when we get there and see if they have any word on whether the Brembos are going to be a delayed option, but hopefully they're not. A few of you are probably wondering why we're not getting a dark horse, because that's the buzz, that's the Mustang that everybody's talking about. And I love the dark horse. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great looking car. We were lucky to see one at the Philly Auto Show and get inside it and get up and close it. It's going to be a badass car. I mean, no doubt about it. It's the replacement for the Mach, the Bolt, the Shelby, whatever you want to say, but it is the higher end Mustang. There's a couple reasons we're not getting one. One is very limited allocations. I mean, we spoke to our salesperson, Greg, at Parsons, and they were willing to work with us on an allocation for a dark horse. He actually called me immediately when they're available and said, hey, we have an allocation, do you guys want it? Which is great. I mean, they've been very good at working with us. And we thought about it, we talked about it, and at the end of the day, the dark horse isn't right for CJs. I mean, we'd love to have one, don't get me wrong, but we want to do a lot of install videos. We want to do a lot of content with this car. We want to do, show you guys like we do with the S650 when they came out in the 2018 and all the other models. We're going to do install videos. We're going to do a lot of content. The dark horse isn't the right car for that. And what I mean by that is it's kind of like a Mach or a Shelby, where you're getting a lot of the good stuff from the factory. Sure, you could change a couple things, put a resonator delete on it, maybe change the wheels, some other things, but like a Shelby or a Mach, you're just not going to change a ton of stuff on a dark horse. And because Ford's giving you a lot of the good stuff right out of the box, so you don't really have to. Where getting more, I mean, not a base, but getting more of a base GT will allow us to provide more content. And again, that's what we want to do. We want to build this car, we want to take this car to events and shows and show it to you guys and do a whole bunch of stuff with it. And getting more of a base GT allows us to do that. I mean, we want the premium and stuff because obviously we like driving a nice car, plus resale value down the road. The premium is nicer to have, but that's why we're not getting a dark horse. And like I said, I'd like to have one, and I'm sure they'll be everywhere. Something tells me you're going to see blue ember dark horses all over the place because everybody loves that color, and I think everybody who orders a dark horse is considering that color. And I think it's going to be, like I said, there'll be a lot of them out there. I'm sure we'll get our hands on one at some point and do some video content on it. But the GT makes the most sense for what we're doing, so that's the direction we're going. Now, like I said, the building price came out yesterday, and the internet was full of people talking about how expensive these cars are. And this happens every year. I made an equivalent version to my car, and it's $10,000 more or something like that. But, it's a new model. It's going to be a little more expensive. There's more technology, there's more stuff in the car. But the prices really aren't that bad. I mean, I did a comparison with a 23 Mach 1. And I did handling pack, 10-speed auto, Recaros, made them as close as I possibly could between the two cars. And the difference was like $2,400, which, you're talking about from a 23, which basically is the same as a 22, is the same as a 21, to the new model. That's not that outrageous. I mean, every time a new model comes out, the price jumps. I mean, look at the C8 Corvette versus the C7. Those prices jumped a lot, where $2,300 really isn't that crazy. Now, in the case of our GT, you know, spec'd out the way we want it, it's like 52, I believe, right around there. Chizo's, when we bought it, was just under 48. So you're looking at about a little over 4,000, which when we did a video on pricing a while ago, we did explain to you guys that the biggest jump was in the EcoBoost pricing, second biggest GT, and then the least jump was the higher end model from Mach 1 to Dark Horse. Now EcoBoost, you know, we since learned that the price went up a little more base-wise because that 6-speed manual option's gone. And the automatic has always been around a $1,500, $1,600 option, somewhere in that neighborhood for the 10-speed. So that was the reason that your EcoBoost base price jumped pretty noticeably, because that base now includes that $1,500, $1,600 10-speed auto. So again, but the pricing wasn't that crazy different. I mean, yeah, they're getting expensive. I spec'd out a GT last night, just out of curiosity. I'm like, I wonder if you got not every little dumb option, but most of the main options. 10-speed, performance pack, the bronze package, active exhaust. Like, I loaded up with pretty much everything that would make sense, including rapid red, which was also a little surcharge for that color, and it was over $60,000. And I know a lot of, you know, Mustang faithful are really like, 60 grand for a GT, you must be crazy. And it's expensive. I mean, $60,000 is a lot of money for a car. It absolutely is. But what does the competition cost? You know, what does an equivalent Camaro cost? Well, there isn't one. You know, what does an equivalent Charger or Challenger cost? It's like, they're still there, but they're going away. And compared to other cars that, you know, other cars have close to 500 horsepower and are going to run pretty much 11s out of the box, most likely with a 10-speed, for that kind of price point, there's not really any competition for the car. I mean, it's a shame that rear-wheel drive muscle car, sports car, whatever you want to call the Mustang these days, in my opinion, more sports than muscle anymore. But what's the competition? You know, what else is in that price point? I mean, even cars that are equivalent performance-wise, I mean, there really aren't even that many options. Like, it's tough that, you know, the Mustang used to be, oh, it was Mustang versus Camaro versus Charger versus Challenger. And those days are gone. I mean, now the Mustang really stands alone. And I mean, props to Ford for allowing us to keep it around. I mean, I'm thrilled that we are able to drive to a dealer in 2023 and order a V8 rear-wheel drive car. I mean, that's pretty cool. Thank God it's not the only electric option. It's not anything else like that. I mean, it's great that car is still an option, and hopefully is for a few more years. I mean, there are rumors out there right now that Ford's planning another performance variant for like 2026, somewhere in that neighborhood. And could be a Boss, hopefully. I'd love to see the return of the Boss 302 name. You know, could be a Mach, could be a Shelby, because Ford still has the Shelby name. Who knows what it's going to be. I said before we did a video on what we'd love to see in the S650, and I said I'd love to see a Boss come back. It'd be great to see that. But either way, Ford still has plans with this internal combustion engine, you know, rear drive Mustang. I mean, this is where a lot of the market is not there anymore. I mean, like I said, everyone says it looks like a Camaro. Well, it can't look like a 24 Camaro because there isn't one. And, you know, there were rumors that Camaro was going to be an SUV. I mean, Corvette's looking at making an SUV now, and everyone screamed about the Mach-E, but Corvette might be following and building something similar. And even companies like, you know, Lamborghini and Ferrari have SUVs. I mean, sadly, it's what a lot of people want. So, I wish the Mach-E was more maybe of a hybrid, so you could kind of do both with it, but it wasn't really that terrible of an idea because a lot of buyers want an SUV type vehicle. I mean, look at how many other, you know, you go to Ford's website and order a car, you got one option, Mustang, that's it. Everything else is pickup truck or SUV, and that's sadly where the market has kind of gone, which again makes it that much more amazing that Ford is still offering us the Mustang. So again, like I said, I'm thrilled that we have this opportunity today to, you know, drive down to Parsons and place an order for a brand new Mustang GT. And now all I can do is just wait for it to show up.